Hello folks, well here we are with this week's Mayor's Message, and I've got the pleasure of the company of a local identity in our community, a well-known chap, Leo Johns. Welcome on board, Leo, to the Mayor's Message this week.
Thank you, Robbie.
Thanks for accepting the invitation. Bit of a shock to you, but look, you're well recognised around our community as a past player of the Wynyard Football Club, member of the Rotary Club, Caterpillar Underground Mining. You're in everything, mate. Most things, a respected gentleman of our community, and it's a pleasure to have you on board. Just a couple of things. Leo, what brought you to Wynyard to live in the first place?
I was recruited by the Wynyard Football Club to play here play football in 1977.
Were you?
Under the coach of Richard Lakeland.
Really?
Yes.
And you come from Circular Head?
I do come from Circular Head. My family resided there for a number of years, and eventually my parents moved to Burnie. Yes, and my family now, my wife and I now live in the town.
Gee, that's good. So you become a resident in about 1977, 76, 77?
Yes.
Gee, that's good. And Richard Lakeland, he done a lot for sport in the community,
He
didn't
has done a lot for sport in the community, being a teacher at the Wynyard High School, and then moving on to Marist, and he's now back over a member of the golf club, and yes, a very good member of the community.
Yeah, Leo, I remember Richard, he coached Moyala one year and I was playing for Yola, and yeah, he done a lot for sport. He went on and he coached Burnie at one stage too, didn't he?
I believe he did,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, oh well, he's left a mark in the community and was a part of getting you here. So you married a local girl?
Well, I married a young lass from Smithton actually, but we never knew each other. She was actually working at the Wynyard Council at the time.
Oh really?
Yes, and it turned out to be a blind date.
Oh, did it?
And one of those blind dates that had worked out, yes. We've been married for over 30 years now, and we're still learning about each other,
oh,
as you do.
So, do we know this young lady that worked in the council chamber?
Yes, well, she was by the name of Marcia Anderson.
Oh yes.
And Bruce Corbett knows her very well, worked for Bruce, and amongst other people. But yeah, so
Well,
after we became interested in each other, we eventually moved to Savage River for 10 years and came back in about 1990, and we've been in Wynyard ever since.
really?
Yes.
Gee, that's good. Well, getting back to your football ability, Leo, you was a long-standing hard man in the team, weren't you?
I like to play football, yes,
Yeah.
and
They used
enjoyed
to-
the game.
They'd
it was
walk
simple.
all over you and you'd still take it.
We were successful in those periods of time, and it's good to see the Wynyard Football Club finally get their premiership after all those years.
Yes, that's right. It is, yeah. And yes, and you're involved with Rotary. Yeah, Rotary Club. That's a great asset to our community.
I think it's been a tremendous asset, and it's proven by the amount of money they've raised and some of the actual projects they've been able to fulfil locally and internationally. We have our President Duncan Howes, who's presently in Nepal for a function over there, and a couple of other members have gone with him, and this is some of the things that the money raised can go to, and I think it's a very worthy cause.
Yeah.
You know, to be able to give someone the sight, the ability to see again after so many years,
Yeah.
I think it's a fantastic. Sometimes we take for granted
We do.
what we have here,
Yeah.
and then the health that we do have.
Yeah.
I think it's a great thing.
To be able to help someone else.
Yes.
Less privileged than yourself. Yeah, look, the projects that the Rotary Club come to the council with, I mean, and you work for funds, you don't do it easy. You've got to raise funds, you have the music hall and things like that, and you work so hard, and then you come along and offer to do something in the community which benefits the community from them hard-earned funds that you've accumulated. So look, it's a great organisation.
But I wish to compliment any community group in the community. It could be Lions, it could be the Rotary Club, it could be any group. I wish to compliment them all and acknowledge them all in the committee. It doesn't matter who or what organisation you work for. It's great to see people in the community get together to achieve goals. Yeah,
That's what makes our community, our municipality, a great place to live.
Exactly.
The cooperation of the clubs and the people and the community, and the identities around like yourself that have got their heart and soul in where they live.
But I've got to say that it's actually a benefit too that the council is so helpful to these organisations. Without the council backing them, a lot of these projects wouldn't have been able to bear fruit and be achieved. So
Yeah.
the council needs to take some sort of acknowledgement about this, and the council is a really good council in helping the local groups.
Yeah, well, sometimes it's difficult with the council. Like, people come with great ideas, and we've got so much red and green tape to go through.
Yes.
And they sometimes get to the stage where the proposals that they bring along become very difficult, and they wonder, I believe they may wonder, why did they go this way? But we have got so many hurdles to jump and so many bridges to cross to get a project off the ground, you know, legally, you know, and we appreciate the patience that the organisations have got to come to us with their brainwaves. We really do. So you was at Savage River for 10 years?
10 years.
Now you're with Cat Underground Mining?
Yes, I've been with Cat Underground Mining 19 years, coming
Really?
up to 20. It's gone very quickly,
Oh,
yes.
nice, gee. And that in itself has been a great employer for our community, hasn't it?
Oh, it's been fantastic,
Well,
and I hope it continues for a while yet too.
Yeah, it's very worrying the way things are going, isn't it?
It is. It's a very big concern because, I mean, where are the locals going to find employment to continue to get our community to grow?
Yep. Yep. No, well, look, Leo, I'm glad you accepted the invitation to be here with us today, and it's just touched on some very personal things that our everyday people in our community encounter, and things that they're involved with, and things like that. And I appreciate you going on YouTube with me, giving other people an insight to what interests you.
Well, thank you for the opportunity, Robbie. I appreciate it.
Thanks for being on board, Leo.
Thank you.
All the best.
Okay.